Mark here. This is my Citizen repeater. I had bought this maybe about 30 years ago at a little shop in a mall that sold new old stock watches, and right now it's currently having problems. There were two watches that really caught my eye at the time. Was this one, and then there was a Hamilton skeleton, which I stupidly gave to a girlfriend, and it wasn't just a cheap a skeleton watch where they just stick a glass dial on it. Anyway, this one has a perpetual calendar, 2 alarms. You have a time down there and the time up here, which doesn't seem to be working. This second hand isn't working currently. I've been trying. I think there might be something gunked up in the gear train somewhere, because if I turn the hands, the main hands, it will want to start going. And it actually was working all the way through the night, and when I got up in the morning saw it was working, I thought maybe everything had worked itself out. So I set the time, and then that second hand stopped, because when that second hand stops, the main hands don't turn. So like I said, it's also a perpetual calendar, so it's got leap years you can set. You can set 2 alarms, one for the sub time and then one for the main time. See, it just stopped again, and I don't know what's going on. I've only worn the watch a few times. I figure this was the first generation of these. They started making them again with the Eco Drive system. This one just uses a standard battery, and as you can see, the only scratch is when I first changed the battery on this, I thought it was a screw off because it's got these divots here, and I accidentally scratched it, but it's actually a pop off. Well, there's the back. You can see, I guess that's a serial number down there, and it's still got the plastic on it and a little hologram type thing there. Anyway, it does have a minute repeater, which is supposed to be based off the hands on the sub dial. So if you push that down, you can hear it's chiming away, but it isn't chiming the correct time, which would be 2:32 based on that. Everything else seems to be working fine. It's just when that stops, the whole thing just craps out. Well, anyway, this is a model number 6760-G70455. It has a 40mm case, base metal. Lug to lug on this is 46.35. Lug width is 20mm, and the thickness on this is 12.4mm. So this does have some sentimental value, even though I don't wear it. You know, it's nice to have it. I figure most of these are probably either in somebody's junk drawer or in the trash by now, because it does look delicate, and I'm sure that, you know, I would be afraid to take this thing apart to clean the movement, simply because the hands are so small and delicate, and I'm afraid of scratching the dial and just doing more damage to it than, well, I don't want to do that. But, you know, it is an interesting watch, and I'm glad I found it. I still wish I had the Hamilton, but that went as a birthday present to a girlfriend that we broke up a few months later. Yeah, I'd like to get this thing working again, but I don't know. And it's not the battery, because it's a brand new battery in there, and I did a complete reset on it, did all that stuff. Nothing seems to be working. So here it is on my wrist, 40mm, 46.3mm lug to lug. This is what it looks like on my wrist. Of course, the second hand has stopped again. But anyway, so that is my Citizen minute repeater with the perpetual calendar. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit like, subscribe. Thanks for watching my 6.5-inch wrist.